Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
What is on your mind, Cayman? If you are ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Here's your host, Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, welcome and thank you for joining us. Another fantastic Friday's edition of Talk Today for many, many reasons. And you guessed it. You know why? Because Susan is doing the other side of the table today. So it's going to be a great talk today. Cletus Ebanks will join us. Kenneth Cletus Ebanks. Coming in, we'll talk about Plan Cayman. We're going to enjoy it. I'm going to remind you of why it's so important to be engaged, involved, informed, and energized. So stay tuned for Talk Today.
Avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Email talk today at candw.ky. Let your voice be heard.
And now, back to Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And as we invite you to be a part of the discussion in a bit, Cletus will come in and we'll talk about, as you've been following along, a series of discussions in relation to the Plan Cayman initiative. He, together with other community members, have had a number of meetings, although they were organized and hosted at the Chapel Church of God on Town Hall Road in West Bay. Maybe it's two things. I would even say three based on what Cletus said the last time. But perhaps three things. One, it wasn't a church initiative. The church halls, like many times, are used by the community to facilitate community initiatives. Secondly, that speaks to the fact that it's a community initiative. Although it was hosted and held within the West Bay District, it was not in any of the political constituencies, and it was not district specific. Just, citizens recognizing the importance, and so hosted it there for anyone who wanted to attend. Many of you would know that Cletus, as the former director of planning, we could borrow from his experience and expertise, and that was what it was. He then, arranged to come on the program. We had a series of meetings to talk about it, trying to go through the document. Again, today is one of that sort of continuing part of the education and engagement. Now, the third thing, and perhaps, unfortunately, he addressed it publicly. He did it once, almost in jest. He said, listen, I'm not doing this because I have any political aspirations. He's not intending to contest a seat. I would say to him and many, you guys, you should consider that. It's important that you do it. First, if you're eligible to get registered to vote, please do so. Secondly, if you are inclined, maybe get involved with someone's campaign, helping them to formulate policy. But when they're elected, when that is when the help is needed most, you continue to support, assist, guide, and the like. And you yourself consider, well, why not be a candidate? If George can do it, why not Mary? If Mary does it, why not Peter? Peter does it, why not Jane? Collectively and individually. Now, that being said, let's see how we can, get things going. We are going to try to figure out how to get the race when Devontae runs as well, and see what we can do with that. But Jordan, is in full swing around 1:30, and we want to do what we've been doing at each opportunity in the last couple of days, and take the commercial break and watch it then. Is there a call, Miss Susan? Hey, 949-837, 949-6990. Toll free with the compliments of Flow at 1-800-534-8255. And of course, if you want to call using the cell number 925-32621, and you want to call using that number to get on air, you have to use the WhatsApp. Until that's figured out differently, that's how it works now. Let's go to the phones. Hey, welcome, and thank you for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sterling.
And to you, sir. How are you today?
Man, today is a great day, but yesterday was wonderful too.
And tomorrow promises to be even better. But it's not.
Oh, let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. You know that man. No, he's a Cayman, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Crooks, Jordan Crooks.
Yep.
So I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who it is they call in laser.
I am so glad that you have very consistently, conscientiously, and in a very, respectful way reminded us of that, And for some reason, we buy into a lot of nonsense in recent times. I'm inclined over the coming, because of one of the things that you said, and you being one that said it as well, to start to say a few things. Speaking to what you're saying about national pride, challenging when people say things that are not only disrespectful and disparaging, but that they're actually, not true, right?
That's right.
So
I want you to keep us very well informed today.
Yeah, man.
And we want to see who lays it today.
Yeah. And the thing is,
Mr. Crooks jump in that pool.
Yeah. When we look
the rest of the guys too, the rest of the athletes.
Exactly.
If you know what I mean.
We look at Jordan, Jillian. We look at Jade. We look at Devontae, and immediately, whether we know of them, we should recognize perhaps two things. One, as the individual, there must be a commitment on that individual's part to want something, to make that investment, make the opportunity. But also there should be supporting and surrounding the cast. Hopefully it's the parents and the immediate family, it's the wider community, and it is the school, the church. I know that this may offend some people, and perhaps it should. We keep repeating this, it takes a village to raise a child, but it's just words. Where are we in that village in making sure that child is safe? Where are we in that village when something happens to that child? Or, and if you allow this, Mr. Brown, recognizing that child at 8 years old is also somebody's child, or was somebody's child at 80 years old. Where are we in protecting that person in our community? So when somebody does something, whether they steal their money, whether they do them harm, that we deal with them immediately, effectively, right? Convincingly, so that will never happen again. But what we do instead. Anyway, talk to me, my friend. Talk to me.
But no, you see how important it is to invest in Cayman. No, you see the glory he brings to Cayman.
You've been saying it all along.
Look at those.
Yeah, man.
Investing all that time in them young people.
You see, we do
money and all that.
Yeah, we do to you what we would do to me, what we would do to the next. We dismiss, we discourage, we disparage, we despise. And when we stand up, speak out, and will refuse to be silenced because we have something that we need, to make sure that we champion, we are sometimes, relegated to the margins. Let me ask before we take the break, are you going to have the opportunity to either go in town, go up by the, what do they call it, the VIP lounge, imagine that, by the Trombone Sports Complex, or join at the Intergenerational Hub, and wherever else is hosting? Are you going to go join any of the groups to watch any of the events?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you go, you enjoy it, have lots of fun. I know you're going to bring the energy, the spirit, the enthusiasm, right? So all the best to you, my friend.
All right. right.
Take care. All right, we're going to pause and take a break. And when we come back, Gladys will be in the studio. We get a chance because when you think about it, Plan Cayman. Well, what are we planning for? Who are we planning it for? And who are we planning it with? Stay tuned for Talk Today.
At Doctor's Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctor's Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
It's that time of year again. Cayman Airways is celebrating its anniversary with airfares on sale. Tickets are now on sale for some of your favorite destinations: Miami, Tampa, New York, Los Angeles, Kingston, La Ceiba, Panama, Havana, and even Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. But hurry, this sale ends August 10th. Other conditions apply. Book online at CaymanAirways.com or call 949-2311. Cayman Airways, celebrating 56 years as Cayman's award-winning national airline.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
Cayman Islands, your opportunity to shape our future continues. All district public consultation meetings for the draft of the planning statement may be completed, yet we are still asking for your ideas. Go online, www.plancayman.ky. Complete the survey. Share your valuable thoughts before August 6th. Let's all continue to work together to move our country forward. We cannot do this without you. Join us in building a sustainable future. Let's get it right. Share your comments, thoughts, questions on the draft planning statement. This is our mission statement. First step towards Cayman's newest development plan. Visit www.plancayman.ky. Be part of the change.
Hi everyone, I'm Roy McTaggart and I'm here with Joey Hugh to tell you about an exciting Progressives event coming up.
That's right, Roy. We're inviting all members and friends of the Progressives to our National Council meeting.
It's happening on Saturday, August 10th at 7 p.m. at the Seafarers Association Hall, 11 Victory Avenue in Prospect.
Join us to hear about our plans and bold vision for the upcoming election and meet our dedicated Progressives members of Parliament in person.
And yes, there will be delicious food and drinks.
We can't wait to see all of our Progressive family and friends here. It's a great opportunity to get involved and stay informed.
So join us at the Seafarers Hall on Saturday, August 10th at 7 p.m. See you there.
Stronger, safer, future. Vote Progressive. Caring and
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Start your day in the know. Don't miss a beat. Radio Cayman's 7 a.m. news keeps you informed every Monday through Saturday at 7 a.m. Brought to you by Cayman National, proudly serving the Cayman Islands since 1974.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecast, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio K-Man 89.9 FM.
Summer's heating up, and so are the good times. Whether you are out on the water, enjoying the beach, or gathering with colleagues for an office bash, make it a feast to remember with Subway. From assorted sandwich platters to mouth-watering cookies, our catering menu has something for everyone. Perfect for groups of 5 or more. For food that's fresh, fast, and perfect for any occasion, choose Subway Catering. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
At Doctor's Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctor's Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
A caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
Prescription refills made easy at Savannah Pharmacy. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
Radio K-Man's Talk Today. What is on your mind, K-Man?
Hey, welcome back and thanks for joining us. And as we get into our discussion as scheduled with Clydas and talk about Plan K-Man, as we were sharing going into the break, as Mr. Brown called, we're celebrating our athletes, and as we've said and been saying, from Jade, Jillian to Jordan to Devontae, all past, present, and future, athletes, Olympians, individual or team sports. We have to recognize them, bring them, to a sense of high expectation, but also recognizing that we will nurture, appreciate, and be there with them. I say that and be guided by our guests. I want to probably say it this time, Mr. Kenneth Ebanks. I won't say Mr. much more after that.
Thank you.
And people understand why. That those that don't, well, call me and I'll tell you. But we're talking about Plan K-Man. And for some, it may be about their planning, legislation, and regulations. It may be about the physical planning, approval process, the design and development of physical buildings, including parks, green spaces, and the like. But I wonder if in there, not just in the document, in the discussion, hopefully the policy and practice that will emanate therefrom, if you see how that's talking about the people, the users in the space, how the space affect the users, and what does that mean? Do we even think about it? Do we consider it? Or are we just thinking, put a building, build it, and they will come? I don't know. What do you think?
Okay. Is the volume okay, or?
The volume is good. What about the face? How's the face? It's good? No, she said the volume is good. We can't work about the rest of the stuff. I know what she said. It's all good, she said. And she said, if you squint, you even look better. She's like, I'm not doing this show with him anymore. Don't worry, girl. That's what we're saying.
Okay. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to Radio K-Man and staff. Good afternoon, K-Man. Thank you again for the invite.
Yes, sir. Thank you for accepting.
Okay. But before we would like to start by making a suggestion that the 1st of August be known as the Jordan Crooks Day. Because he's the first Cameroonian athlete that has made it to a final in the Olympics. Even though today is the day of the race, yesterday was the day that he made history. He'll make even more today. But
he ran twice. Well, swam twice, right? First heat, then in the qualifier, and then he gets in. And I mean, yeah, I like it. Yes.
Okay, so I'll make that suggestion that the 1st of August being known as the Jordan Crooks Day.
Mm-hmm. And again, this kind of ties into Plan Cayman in my mind, right? A long time ago, I had said and it was just a thought process. I think I understand why I had it, where it came from. I did not, as much as I said it then and realized now, still do not recognize how it will be perceived. They thought it was political or this. It's nothing. It's just about pride in your country and respecting the importance of celebrating your people. I thought in September we should have a holiday. Not because there wasn't one after July and not until November. That was a good enough reason. September was that pivotal time of a year. We missed our fathers who were at sea. We started school. We changed schools. We went away to school. It was at least for me, a seminal point in the year. And whether it was a Cayman Day or Cayman, it was something to celebrate our people. I do not believe that the Heroes Day celebration is appropriately named. I don't believe it's appropriately termed. I don't know. This is a personal view, and this may offend people, and they can encourage me and educate me. But it's not even designed to celebrate heroic efforts. It's to celebrate people's accomplishments. The works of the likes of, say, Mr. Poirier making that swim. That was heroic. The stories that we have been told by our fathers in Miskidiki when sharks are circling and somebody falls overboard and they get in there at great peril and save their lives, those are heroic acts. Those of us who have family members who were in wars, on the front lines, not that crap I hear I'm talking about now, right? And I'm naturally getting frustrated with the stupidity that we're accepting. So celebrating Jordan today and Devontae and all of this is important for unifying the country. But what we're loving, you will chastise me, sir. One good lady that we both know, of blessed memory, started using a phrase referring to some carpetbaggers. And she didn't make no bones about it. That's probably the harshest word I've ever heard her say. And I started to take it on board because her regret was she didn't say it earlier, because as a woman, you're gentle. You don't speak out. That was the society that we had and probably still is. But that changes today. The Jordan Crooks Day. I like it, sir. I like it.
Like it? Okay.
You think I have a job on Monday? Susan said, nope. The day is over. No. Okay.
Well, it is the 21st century and women now are in charge, so...
Sir, they were always in charge.
Well,
we just didn't know it. But that's... Okay. We're going fishing tomorrow, right? And we come back.
No, it may be a bit rough tomorrow.
No, we're not going tomorrow.
No.
But we will cast our nets on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. From a previous show, one of your loyal callers called and asking about if I knew the date that the capital changed from Bordentown to Georgetown.
Yeah.
And I looked through some of my documents, and to the caller, I'm not going to call his name, but I think people know who I'm talking about. No, I have not found the answer for you.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Ray Banco, let me message him because I think he'll know somebody. I'll message him. So you want to know when it was officially changed from Bordentown to Georgetown as the capital. And I don't have Ray's... Well, we were doing the CY Saying show. And for reasons known to some and only some, we're no longer doing it right now. And one of the programs we had was talking about Georgetown and the like, and an amazing history in this country that isn't celebrated.
No.
It isn't even published or publicized.
No, I mean, it's not taught in our schools.
Well,
so.
how can you teach what you don't have access to? How can you teach from a thing that you have no knowledge of? And that's not against the teachers,
No.
I mean, you try to show me how to do something on the boat. If I am not willing to learn, if you don't know how to do it, we're clueless unless we're willing to explore together.
Yeah.
And we need to do that.
But I'm quite satisfied with you making the sandwiches and passing the water, so.
Did it well, then. The sandwiches were good.
You got a job.
I got a job. You see that? Where's I bring my brother?
Of course.
Dwayne, why? You see? That's how we go. No, Susan, she says, pay attention. Yes, mom. All right.
Okay.
But this ties in increasingly to where we are in our history, where we are at this time, all right, and why this document, after term plan came on, why it's so crucial. Unless I'm misreading or reading into it too much, we need to look at this closely, because it's not just a physical build that we have now. It's not just the buildings that existed. When I say your built heritage, it's what may come. And again, very consciously, I won't share with you publicly what some of the things I was reading earlier today. I will share publicly that a fine gentleman, he called, and I got 58 minutes and 41 seconds of his time, and a lesson, in why it's so important to be who we are, when we are, and now. And that inspired me to continue what I was reading, and saying that I wonder if any are considering demolishing Miss Consuelo. She called in one time and she said, perhaps it would be necessary to, bulldoze from here to there and whichever. Now, people can take how she said it, but there's probably merit in what she shared. We've seen countries tear down areas where buildings are derelict or sometimes not continue construction because they need that space for better use publicly. You imagine if we suggested that today? and I understand how inflammatory it is, but is it courageous enough to say it?
Well, it depends if you still want to have a job on Monday.
But you just say I can get a sandwich making job with you.
Oh yeah.
No, but what it is just like, how do we utilize spaces, right? You got a footprint of X by Y. Do you go vertical so do you have a greater footprint, not to park but to play? Maybe you decide, this building doesn't go here, it's better suited there. Or you expand, density, or you restrict it, but we're not even willing to ask that.
Right, but okay.
Okay.
At our last show, you asked me whether or not I thought the document was relatively easy to read, or an easy read. I say that.
Yeah.
In hindsight, that really was not the answer.
Here's what I have to say. I want to clarify. You said yes because of your experience and expertise. Just because your awareness. But in hindsight, it's not the correct answer?
Oh, okay. Yeah, for me, and I suppose others who in that profession would,
right,
relatively understand. But for the quote-unquote average person, no. Because the terms that they use is not really terms that they are familiar with.
Yeah. It's industry specific almost, right?
Almost.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, no. Because again, density, what does density mean? So as your lot size gets smaller, your density increases.
Yeah.
I know what that means. You know what it means. A lot of people do not know what it means. So how can they visualize that?
Yeah. I mean, the word dense, you look at somebody and say, boy, he dense. And you look at an area.
When you say someone is dense, that could be either physically or mentally.
Yeah. And you look at both, right? And you look at an area and you say, wow, that's a dense property, or that's a it's the same word. Significantly different connotations. Right? So I'm glad that you revisited that, because I don't think sometimes we appreciate the language, and the word is perhaps peculiar to the context or to the profession. And yet, when I read it, I had to reread it again because I read it through that lens of having a little, just a smidgen of insight. And then I pull the words apart and go, well, PAHO sent out a press release today about some virus that because of climate change now is being stirred up and all kind of other stuff, right? And they use a word. And I go, I'm not a doctor, but I'm kind of familiar with that word. Let me check it out. I did read it up on a dictionary, desktop dictionary.
Okay.
Then I decided to go to the computer, same word. They didn't change it this time. Then I called a friend. I said, I want to know. He said, yes. And the way they put that word into that context, I think it does a disservice. But most people won't look at it. And it's such an important part because how the word is used, it's sort of prelude to pre-existing conditions and how they set it out. I don't think that we understand, or worse, maybe we're malicious. And when we use things so that it doesn't speak to anybody else, but we can say it's right there. You just didn't understand it and you were too arrogant to say you didn't. Humility, huh?
Yeah. Again, talking about words, the word sustainability.
Okay. Nice word. Can't spell it, but anyway. Sustainability, yes, sir.
That has been used throughout the document quite a lot.
Yeah. Why? Okay.
So, what is it that we want to do to maintain, enhance the sustainability? I said, now, is it sustaining, sort of quote unquote, the economic sustainability that a number of people are enjoying currently? Is it talking about trying to preserve a lot of our natural environment, which is so critical to our quote unquote financial success? Exactly what is it? What sustainability do we want to achieve? Is it the almost 10% per year population growth based on Plan Cayman numbers from 1990 to 2022? But then again, listening to Minister Bryan this morning, the port, they're saying that the port authority, the consultant used a figure maybe around 4 or 2% or something, which is significantly different because that's based on a trend. Now, the trend may have been, well, not a trend, that might have been the growth last year, but it's definitely not a trend. Because for the last 30 odd years, it was 9.something%.
How did they justify using such a low number?
Well, in my view, there are two things. One, as a consultant, your client is supposed to give you X number of constraints. This is what you have to work within. You just don't go and pick a number. Say, okay, this is what I'm going to propose.
Right.
You have to be somewhat realistic in your proposals. So to just select that number, in my view, someone had to give that person or that consulting firm a number to work with.
Okay, but in that instance, would it not be for the professional to, after doing the proper analysis, got the historical data, say you want me to work with this number, 4%, but what I've seen, you don't need to use regression analysis, but I've seen this, and have that discussion, or you just have to take the paycheck and give them what they're paying you?
Some consultants would do that. Like any salesperson.
Okay.
Some has a bit more integrity and say no.
Okay.
If that's how it's going to go, then I'm not going to touch this project.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
Either government gave them the number, which if that's what they did, then they should let the public know that this is what we are. This is our population policy.
So I don't want to put words in your mouth, and I like talking this kind of stuff because I don't know anything about it. And the more I don't know, the more I ask questions, the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know, and the more I ask. So with that in mind, if that is the case, would it be important for us as a public to question, the parliamentarians to question, even the proponents of it, to make sure that they are not only seeking clarity, but they understand it so they can defend it, they can promote it, and end of the day, they don't get, as Mr. Dolan would say, caught on the back foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
If government gave them that number, then they should let the public know that this is our population policy. If they didn't, and the consultants just use the figure from the last 1 or 2 years.
We do have a caller, Mr. Sorry, Cletus. We have a caller.
That's great.
And as we take the call, something that I may want to ask at some point, so I don't forget it, no, remind me, that if a government, this one or the next, says this, and we're working with a 2 to 4% population growth, then say that again, and then we work towards how to maintain that, because as I think you have identified, at the present trend, using the historical data, in 26 years, we would have 500 million people.
No, 500,000, not million.
Oh, okay. half a billion people. Okay, I just want to make sure. But 500 something, so 500 million people?
500,000.
500,000. Okay. No, people. So 500,000 people. 500,000. 5 times what we have now. Let's take this call, sir.
Please.
Okay. Hey, welcome. Thank you for calling.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. How you doing?
Very good, sir. How you doing?
Not too bad. This is Minister Brian. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes, sir. And thanks for, it's a little echoey, but thanks for identifying yourself so everybody knows. Can I just repeat it? This is the Honorable Minister Kenneth Bryan, Minister for Tourism and Ports.
Correct.
Yes,
correct.
sir. Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much. I want to first say thank you so much to Mr. Ebanks for coming on, because he's one of the legends in my mind from a planning and development, and if we could take more guidance from him, we could, or took guidance from him when he was trying to advise us many years ago as well as today, we'd probably be in a better place. So I want to first thank him for that, because I respect him tremendously.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. It's an honor to have you on. I wish you were a consultant for my ministry, to be honest with you. But
if the price is right.
You can talk about it off here. But I want to, because it's so important, right? I know sometimes we don't mean things and we say things that sometimes are not correct. I have to do this because I want the public not to confuse the conversation, because it's already gone a little bit far left field. The government has not given the advisors or the specialists selected by procurement any advice as to the population. We have no policy on the population growth. I think we need one, and we're going to work with one. So the government hasn't said, work with this population number. That has not been done. Now, the question is, how do they come to a 250,000 in the year 2084? And this is why it was so important that people came to the meetings or go back online and listen to their formula of equation, because we have no projection growth that goes as far as 60 years out. So they use the number of equations. This is what they presented to me, and they presented to the public. They used stats from NRA, they used stats from the ESO, they used stats that were used for the airport expansion, they used projection growth for tourism, all of these are very limited. The farthest one, as far as I understood based on what they said, was the one for NRA, and that wasn't even far enough. So they can only use what you are rightfully to define as current rate as opposed to the trends. Because you, Mr. Ebanks, you highlighted a very good point to me today, is actually the trend over the last 2 decades or even more has been way more than the current percentage rate growth that they're using in their equations now, which I think was within the last 3 years is where that percentage come from, which is the 4%. Now, even though the 4%, and I can't remember where they identified 4% from, and I encourage people to go back to the SIG TV YouTube channel and watch the whole presentation. It's 45 minutes, but they go through the scientific analysis on how they use that rate equation. But they used 4%, and then they suggested that the 4% wasn't enough, was too much, it was unrealistic. to be sustainable, to sustain that kind of growth over a 60-year period. So they cut it from 4% to 2%. And even at 2% population growth rate over 60 years, the country would be projected. Again, this is just a projection by specialists, not by guidance of government, but their projections would be 250. Now, granted, that is what they're telling us based on projection. They have to get us some guesstimate of what the population would be if you're trying to build brand new infrastructure. Well, what are you building the infrastructure for? What is the population? What is the expected cargo importation numbers? So you do that based on your population. So they're building for the future. Now, we can change that ourselves by making policy decisions, whether this administration or the next one, because it's going to take 10 to 15 years to do this, whether that is, do we do policies of less growth, policies of less immigration, population control, all these other mechanisms to slow this rate down. Because you rightfully said, we have quadrupled in the last 50 years to 60 years in our population growth. So the trend as 9%, if that continues, we're going to be in a whole lot of trouble. But the rate that we have within the last 3 to 4 years has been 4%. And even at that rate, they've reduced it by 50% to do 2%, and it still projects us to be at 250,000 come in the year 2084 in the year of our Lord. So I just want to put that in context. And again, lastly, as I get off now, that has not come from the government. Please do not conflate that, because people are already starting to say, oh, the government of the day is trying to get us to 250,000, and that's not true. This is only equations they're using for planning for infrastructure. So I don't want to take up any more of Mr. Ebanks' time, because I really love listening to him, but I just want to put that in context, because if we don't clarify it, it will take its own energy, and people will run with it and start to say that the government is trying to get 250,000.
Right. Now, Mr. Bryan, I certainly appreciate you taking the time and call. I know we have the news break. I want Mr. Ebanks to respond. And one of the things I would like for my benefit as I listen to you, we talked, close to 10%. You shared why they use that amount and get into this discussion. Only if you wish, sir, you can either join us later if you want to call back in, or you can seek stay on if you so choose. But I want to make sure that we don't do, as you said, conflate. We're not certainly trying to conspire, but we also don't want to, confuse, right? So what would work best for you, sir?
Whatever you choose. I mean, I'm free until the next 22 minutes before Jordan swims, or 28 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think I have some questions, yes, sir. And I think Mr. Ebanks may want to add to that, and respectful as much as I can to both of you. I like to stay some days on Susan's good side. Today I didn't get off the good start. We're going to take the news because, she has her job to do. I don't pay attention to it. And when we come back, sir, would you not lose your train of thought, Mr. Bryan, if you would just hang on just in case you want to add clarity? And we'll continue. Problem. Thank you, sir. All right, stay tuned.
Thank you, sir.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With a look at your latest headlines, I'm Jevi Ebanks. Despite some inclement weather, Minister of Culture, the Honourable Dwayne Seymour, says the watch party for Jordan Crooks, originally scheduled for Cardinal Avenue, has had a change of venue.
Despite the weather, we are going ahead with an alternative site for the 50-meter free swimming Olympics viewing party at the Constitution Hall or the Georgetown Town Hall next to the Parliament. We have a large screen inside and many cheers. Bring that enthusiastic spirit of victory. Come at 12:30 p.m. and support Jordan Crooks, letting him feel that adrenaline push from Cayman. God bless our athlete.
Swanky Kitchen Band, currently on their U.S. East Coast tour, took the time to share words of encouragement as the islands anxiously await to see Crooks swim in the 50-meter freestyle at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Samuel Rose.
Cayman, get ready. Today is the day, right? We've been waiting for this all of our lives. Make sure you're wearing your Cayman shirts, you represent your colors, you got your flags, whatever it is, because we're going to make one pile of noise today when Jordan Crooks makes history, right? We are so proud of you, Jordan. Keep it up. The whole Cayman is behind you. The whole Swanky Kitchen Band. We're on a train right now, an Amtrak train from Virginia to New York City. So if you hear about a security incident, When people get thrown off a train, it's going to be because we're going to be going on band watching you as you make your way into history. So we're praying for you. Cayman, let him feel your love and let him feel your energy. All right? Do it for all of us, Jordan. One love.
That is your latest headlines. I'm Jevy Ebanks.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
HSA's Urgent Care Clinic is now open 7 days per week to serve you better. Visit our dedicated team at Urgent Care Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and weekends and public holidays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. No appointment necessary. If you are experiencing non-life-threatening symptoms and conditions such as the cold and flu, sprains and cuts, earaches, nausea and vomiting, visit Urgent Care's walk-in clinic at the main entrance of the Georgetown Hospital, now open every day. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Born in Watering Place, Cayman Brac, on the 8th day of July 1936, Captain Fred Elman Scott was the fifth child born to Nalio and Vera Scott. Captain Scott was a quiet-natured child who liked going on the bluff with his grandfather Oscar Brown, swimming every Saturday evening and playing cricket down where Miss Alame's house sits now. He was very studious at Creek Elementary School and did very well under the tutelage of his favorite teacher, Miss Isley Connolly in BE. Following the tragic death of his father at sea, at age 14 he left school to work with Arnold Foster to support his family. In 1953 he joined his first ship, the Beretta, a local cargo vessel, signing on as deck boy, working his way up to boatswain. From 1953 until 2006, some 52 years, Captain Scott made his living working off the seas.
Refer a friend and get $50 to spend when your friend or family member opens a personal account with Cayman National. From July 9th to September 30th, 2024, C&B customers can earn $50 for each referral who opens an individual or joint personal account. Earn up to $500 with a maximum of 10 referrals. Visit CaymanNational.com for more details on this promotion and follow us on social media for updates. Terms and conditions apply.
Parents, do you worry that Caymanian culture is getting lost in our youth with so many distractions? Well, the Cayman Islands National Museum has the perfect solution. Join the weekly Immerse Summer Camp until August 16th at the Intergenerational Hub behind Airport Fosters. Open to children ages 7 to 14. The camp runs from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. and costs $175 per week, including meals, admissions, transportation, and 2 t-shirts. Immerse your child in Caymanian history and culture with trips to historic sites and workshops by traditional artisans. Register now at museum.ky/immerse. Proudly sponsored by the Credit Union. The Immerse Summer Camp, weekly until August 16th.
I'm Caymanian born and bred. Come on down and stay a while instead.
JN Money presents the official Jamaica Independence celebrations on Friday, August 2nd at the Lion Center. Featuring from Jamaica, the Colonel, Josie Wales, Richie Stevens, and comedian Blacka Ellis. Kids Talent Contest, Best Dress Contest, lots of prizes and giveaways. Music by Joshy Vibes and B Styles, your MC, Lady T. Health fair from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. where you can get your PSA, diabetes, and blood pressure checked for free. Don't miss Josie Rosie Wales, Richie Stevens, and Blacka Ellis on Friday, August 2nd at the Lion Center. Admission is absolutely free. Sponsored by Best Dressed Chicken, Popeyes, Ministry of Border Control, Labor and Culture, Kmart Hair and Beauty Supply, Ministry of Health and Wellness, Cost You Less, iCool, Animal House, Ministry of Tourism and Transport, Radio Cayman, and Breeze FM.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back, and thanks for joining us. In the studio, we have Cletus join us, and we'll tell you more his full name in a bit. On the phone, we had, I think we still do, he was gracious enough to hang on, the Honourable Minister for Tourism and Ports, Mr. Kenneth Bryan, and we're talking about the 2%, 4%, 10%. So, Mr. Bryan, thank you for the clarity, and as the Honourable Minister shared, in less than 20 minutes, we're going to be watching Jordan win the Olympic gold. So, but Mr. Ebanks, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Bryan.
Hey, I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah, but that just shows the urgency for government to develop a population policy, because if the trend is, for ease of calculation, is 10% per year or 100% per decade, that's the trend, but we're using something else, 2%. If our plan is 2%, but in reality it's 10%, we are going to be in a lot of trouble a lot earlier, because we're now like 5 times, we're growing 5 times faster than we're planning for. So in 250, 1984, we'll realize that in 2040.
More. I challenge a little bit on that, though. And the reason why I said it, going from 2 to 4 can be quick, then going 100 to 200. So yes, you double. Both of them are doubling in their numbers. Hi guys, are doubling in their numbers, but it takes a longer time to double when you have a bigger number. So yes, the trend, and I guess we differentiate between the trend and a rate. And a rate obviously has some parameters of why it's considered a rate over a shorter period of time compared to what we have done over the last couple of decades. And there's a number of events that have caused that. And one of the biggest ones I can think of is the start of grants. And the other thing is the large investment in tourism that we've done, which allowed us to have more workers here. So there's a number of factors, and but that's just my opinion. Again, I'm not a population expert, but that would be my natural reaction. But I see your concern that you're talking about, that we have to have a population plan strategy. So I'm not disputing that, though.
Okay. Again, with some of the meetings we're having in West Bay concerning Plan Cayman, one of the issues coming up is saying that if we don't know how many people we're going to be planning for, then are we planning for?
Exactly. Agree with that.
So the population, I am here to say that, let's put this whole planning exercise not on hold. Let's do it in a longer time. For example, not longer, because it take roughly to have 4-5 years on the process.
You're saying to be tandem with the Cayman plan. So I would sorry to you, but I just would like to support your argument here before I rush off to go watch the video, because there's hundreds of people out here. So it's really good to see the camaraderie getting ready for this race. It's a proud day for Cayman. But I'll say this: the OC said something this morning which was very, very important, and he said that maybe we should encourage or embrace or invite the United Nations. They have a program that helps with population growth assessment and can help us with a report that we need for the country, because that assessment will probably help us and get a report based on a number of things. How do the people feel? Public consultation, all these type of things, and what we should be doing to counteract that. So I think you're right. We should be doing that, and I'm going to be speaking with the Honorable Premier. Yeah. Okay. I will be talking to the government on Thursday in our next caucus to go over that discussion, because I agree. I think everybody is agreeing that the sentiment is that we have to have a population growth strategy as soon as possible in order to facilitate with any major infrastructure, but also to help with our Plan Cayman. So, Mr. Ebanks, and just because I got to get off in 3 minutes, I'm coming.
Okay, I quite understand, sir. What do you think about Jordan Crooks Day?
Cannot wait, because I'll tell you what, the first thing I'm going to be doing, if he's back, I'm telling you, he's already in the top 8 fastest swimmers in the world. He's already won in my mind. I just hope that his own and the country, that he gets a medal to make it even better. And I think we should have a public holiday right afterwards, and everybody celebrate, and we just have a great time and thank the Lord for the blessings for his family and all the people who worked so hard to get him where he is. Cayman, and every Caymanian and every resident should be proud today.
Thank you very much, sir. Sorry I can't join you out there, but I'll have to stay in here in the studio with Dwayne and break some chocolate and watch it.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. All right. And this is the engagement, I think, that many in our country take for granted, because it is a norm. We have elected parliamentarians, former and current, as well as aspiring. We also have senior civil servants, former and current, who we can access. And that is something that, again, through you, just your presence here, you're quote-unquote retired from public service in terms of formally engaged and contracted in the public sector, but you're still very much an active, engaged, involved, committed member of community. So with all of that, I wonder if we in this country understand the importance of not just preserving and promoting and protecting that, but ensuring that that access remains, because one, people do so responsibly, respectfully. It's done in a safe way where you're not confronting somebody. You don't make them feel away. And if you're not quite sure what I mean, actually came on your friend, everybody should have one. But that is something that does not exist in a lot of places that are supposed to civilized and democratic. You don't call up your parliamentarian, email, WhatsApp, or whatever. You don't see them in the supermarket. And when you approach them, I hope he's not embarrassed. Honourable Minister was on yesterday, Mr. Brian, and he said, I'm just Kenneth, right? I'll talk to him privately as that, but like my friends who are physicians, they're doctor because they've earned our respect. He is in a respected position. I should show the deference. You are Cletus, but you're also Mr. Ebanks. He's, Anyway, Mr. Cletus Ebanks, we got a call, sir. You want to take the next one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hey, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dwayne, and good afternoon, Kenneth. How are both of you?
Excellent. Can I jump in first, Mom, and without identifying exactly what I'm saying thanks for, can I say thanks for it?
Yes, but now listen to me.
Yes,
now
Mom.
Listen to me. If you don't give Kenneth, Clyde Ash, as I know him, this is Shirlene.
Yes, ma'am.
Some, I could buy Clyde Ash some, and I'll give you some, and I'll give you any.
Well,
okay?
I told your husband, I said it publicly, but some of us don't like to be, how you say it, publicly acknowledged, right? So it was just a very, very Caymanian thing. We do things for people because we want to and because we can. And I honestly, I shared it. I enjoyed it. I would almost say, let me leave that alone. Thank you very much. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay. You're most welcome. Anyway, I was today, I don't know what subject you all on because I just tuned in, and I was at the meeting about the planning of the port on Wednesday night.
Yes, Mom.
Yeah, but
and
Shirley, we talking about planning, so
this fits into that.
Yes.
Yes, Mom.
So
now I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard all of that, right? And projecting all these amount of people and whatnot. Okay, I heard all of that too. I didn't really like that because it was in no cost of what this port is going to be. The thing is, it's going to be the people expense again. Do we need a port for the cruise ship? As far as I'm concerned, no. And I'm going to state my reasons, which I stated before. I've been on many cruises, and many of them did not have a dock to go to. And we had to get off an attendant, just like they do here. And a lot of them was the Caribbean islands, and go to your destination. Now, I think if you build a port for those cruise ships, I've been on some that has the docks right into the town or wherever it was. The people get off. They know now that the cruise ship is right there. So, first of all, they don't take any tourists, so that would be bad for our taxes and our tour ones. They don't patronize the restaurants. That's another thing. And so what good are they to the island? They just get off, look up, pass in the streets, look up in the air, take pictures, and then they ask if you can walk to the beach, or if they have a beach on the cruise ship. You got people telling you where's the beach and where, if you don't got any beach, and whatever. So I don't think a cruise ship harbor is okay for us because we're too small to do that sort of thing, and you can get it all right according to what those consultants they say. But I bet you $1, I think, if you go ahead, and it seemed like it had to be built soon, soon as possible. I didn't like that neither. And if you go ahead without the whole public know, I hear them talking about, you go to this website, there's many people that don't have a computer, that don't have friends. There's all the people. We didn't get any seamen there that could give a little bit of advice. I mean, not seamen, they go north side, not north south, I mean, seamen that has traveled this world, that they could offer some sort of advice or their opinion, I should say. But a cruise ship dock is not the right thing to get right in town, because those people do not patronize. I've been on 3 that didn't have no dock, and the people that was on the tender quite enjoyed.
Yes, Mom.
When we were going to the island, and they say we see the island better that way. We see the clean ocean. We see this and they see that. They don't patronize anyway. So I don't know what the minister was talking about. He should go on some of these cruises. Then he'll know what I am talking about. Mm-hmm. So anyway, thank you for your time. Good afternoon to both of you, and hope you both have a very good weekend.
And to you, Mom. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And to you.
Thank you very much. And to our listeners, when Jordan swims and wins the gold in a couple of seconds, we're going to go to that when that happens. Not yet. We have Cletus in the studio talking about Plan Cayman. Another call, Miss Susan? You want to have a couple of comments first, sir, or you want to take the call?
No, take the call.
Okay. thank you, because what you're doing, people don't recognize how much you and the others have put into it. So we as a country benefited. Let's take this next call. Hey, welcome. Thank you for calling.
Hi.
Hola.
Hello.
Hi.
Hola. Hi, and hi to your guest, and I appreciate him saying take the call, which is just as important as what he's going to say.
His daughter is a good man.
Yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Sterling, just listen.
It's
I would have listened. Yeah, well, we get back at that sometime. But I really didn't have no plans on calling because I knew you had your guest in there and he was talking. What his plan came on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and I played on his God too. I've just been hearing little pieces here and there when he's on there. I'm not really sure of everything, so I am not going to say anything in regards to because I don't know,
Fair enough.
know the difference between apples and grapes or orange, whatever the case may be at the present time.
Well, there's a Calypso song, I think, Apple, the Orange, and then ding.
Yeah, apple. Yeah, I know. I like it.
Sorry, ma'am. Boy, what a day. We're not efficient today. But thank you, ma'am. Anything before you? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really start because Sterling, where we heading right now, it doesn't look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care how much talk that we have on this island about this island. We need to have and when I say the real talk, for one thing, the building, the population, immigration, and the cost of living.
But it's all interconnected, you know. And as I listen to you, looking at a series of messages, and I'm trying to navigate between them all, and they're basically interconnected. If I say that this all is part and parcel of it, and why this discussion. Now, I'll ask Mr. Ebanks something based on what I'm trying to make sure this caller or this listener writes. But it's all connected, ma'am. It's not in isolation. It's not in a vacuum. So I appreciate you listening, and not dismissing you, but as you said, you know, you weren't. Maybe you'll pick up what we're sharing and then bring it back to the table another time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What we were talking about a couple of weeks.
Yes,
couple
ma'am.
Days
Yes,
ago.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right.
And Sterling, I heard something and someone read it and called me about it, saying that I'm not sure what year they're looking. We could have like 25,000 people on this island within so many years as of today. If it's to be or if it happens, I'm not really sure word for word, but I didn't read the paper. There was some news saying something. But anyhow, Sterling, in regards to the cruise ship port, I would not say that one wouldn't be necessary, but where they're going to put it is another thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So, a lot of Caribbean islands, like the lady said a while ago, my friend, don't have any port, and they're surviving.
Yes, ma'am.
We have been doing this like this now for God knows how many years. And Sterling, I got to tell you right now, tourism ain't looking good, period, because of the cost of living throughout the whole world. Like, just came on. The cost of living is just putting a clamp on people's lives when it comes to traveling and so forth. And I would say that a dock, a pier, I hope that they make a good decision and don't let it be anything in the Georgetown Harbor. If they're going to work on their cargo port, which is very important to us, that's where our bread comes in and our butter comes in, and we do need, if it needs to be upgraded, if it can be done, they do it.
Right. But I want to, in having heard you say that, ask a question so that, one, it doesn't confuse, but it certainly isn't designed to do anything other than ask people to think. If when we expand, develop, or otherwise relocate or whatever it is about the cargo port, is it a cargo port that is also a cruise port, or is it a cargo port and a cruise port? You follow what I'm saying, Mr. Ebanks? So that we don't slap you with the left hand and then hug you with the right one. But you are right, ma'am. Thanks very much, ma'am.
Sterling?
Yes, ma'am.
The cargo port, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be just a cargo, but they're turning it into cruise and cargo.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't say one thing and do something else, right? If we could be two separate
But
places or
if
two
they
in
do-
one, yeah.
If they do the port, the cargo port, they might just have two in one, like what they got right now, and then it's not safe and it's not healthy for no one to be walking down there as a taxi driver or a cruise passenger come off with a cruise ship to get in a taxi or go up on the main street.
Yeah. Yeah, but thanks very much, right? And
Yeah, we're talking another time.
yes, indeed. And one listener says, the view is, the thought is that perhaps the Port Authority is projecting for their cargo port, in 50 years, 250,000 people. But again, so many questions that come as a result of comments, and any answer that is given, there are more questions. I want you to share, but I also want to refer and paraphrase 3 of these 5 comments.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Is on now? Guys, no? You notice, Mr. Ebanks, we got... Okay, all right. We can talk, sir. And then Ms. Susan said jump.
Jump.
Yeah, don't even say hi, you just jump. All right, don't waste time. All right, talk to me, sir. For the listeners, when Jordan swims in a second or two, hold on, where are they? Are they on the podium now? One person? Is it a good-looking person? Is the rest of you? I should make you hear what she's saying, because then you know she's being professional. But it's imminent. The race is imminent. So we will break immediately as she says. But talk to me, Mr. Ebanks, if you would, sir. Shall I set the stage?
A couple of things are coming up, and like the last caller just said, she's not that familiar with the document.
Yes, sir.
One of the things about this document is saying that, again, it's very aspirational. We want to do this, we want to do that. But based on what? They're going to do a number of studies afterwards. Now, in general, in any project that you do sort of your baseline study, analysis, make your recommendations. That's the basic 3 steps in any project. Now, in recent years, those 3 has probably been expanded to about 8 or 9 different steps. But it's the same general principle. You do your survey, you analyze it, see what trends there are, outliers, and then you make your recommendations.
Okay, we're breaking. We're going through the race. Hang on.
The rich flavors of Italy just arrived at Subway.
Say ciao to the Italianos.
Our 3 new Subway series recipes, carefully crafted with an Italian flair. Try the Hot Shot Italiano for an enticing and zesty touch. The tastier than ever Ultimate BMT, generously stuffed with a mix of ham, pepperoni, and salami. Or go all in with the creamy chicken bacon Alfredo. New Subway series Italianos. Chef-crafted greatness in every bite. Elevate your game only at Subway. Delizioso.
It's that time of year again. Cayman Airways is celebrating its anniversary with airfares on sale. Tickets are now on sale for some of your favorite destinations: Miami, Tampa, New York, Los Angeles, Kingston, La Ceiba, Panama, Havana, and even Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. But hurry, this sale ends August 10th. Other conditions apply. Book online at CaymanAirways.com or call 949-2311. Cayman Airways, celebrating 56 years as Cayman's award-winning national airline.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Attention all Water Authority customers in Cayman Brac. It is time to tap into savings by switching to piped water. Piped water is 22% cheaper than trucked water. Connect to piped water now and gain instant access to pure, reliable and affordable drinking water with no connection fees. The Water Authority continues to waive piped water connection fees until the end of 2024. Access to piped water allows you to store before the storm and better prepare for any emergencies this hurricane season. The current piped water distribution network has been extended along the north coast up to Ann Tatum Road, including all side roads. Connect to piped water now and tap into savings. Shop at Funky Tanks, the home of electronics and more. Check out Funky Tanks' 2 locations, Shedden Road and Countryside Savannah, for loads of savings. In stock at Funky Tanks, both locations, stoves, fridges and small appliances, mini split air conditioning units, sheets and comforters, all sizes, window curtains, cell phones and telephone accessories, musical instruments, karaoke and Bluetooth speakers, portable radios and portable fans are now available. Get yours for your hurricane kit. Funky Tanks. For more information, call 949-0998.
The Council of Older Persons is proud to present the first Aging in the Cayman Islands Forum. The forum will be held on Saturday, the 3rd of August at Sir Vassal Johnson Hall at UCCI and is free to the public and open to all ages. Registration will open at 8:30 a.m. Presenters and topics aim to truly reflect the needs of Caymanians and residents, so we can all age with dignity. For more information, visit www.gov.ky/Older Persons Council.
Hi everyone, I'm Roy McTaggart and I'm here with Joey Hugh to tell you about an exciting Progressives event coming up.
That's right, Roy. We're inviting all members and friends of the Progressives to our National Council meeting.
It's happening on Saturday, August 10th at 7 p.m. at the Seafarers Association Hall, 11 Victory Avenue in Prospect.
Join us to hear about our plans and bold vision for the upcoming election and meet our dedicated Progressives members of Parliament in person.
And yes, there will be delicious food and drinks.
We can't wait to see all of our Progressive family and friends here. It's a great opportunity to get involved and stay informed.
So join us at the Seafarers Hall on Saturday, August 10th at 7 p.m. See you there.
Stronger, safer, future. Vote Progressive. Caring and
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back and thanks for joining us. And thank you too for allowing us to be able to take that quick little break as scheduled, and watch Olympic history. And I think the effort, the excitement, the enthusiasm, but also the opportunity for a country to recognize that nation building is about unifying our people and celebrating. And I would